This is the Alfa Romeo Giulia 2.0 liter engine, 280 horsepower, same as the 200 horsepower. We'll talk about doing a spark plug change. The 17 say to do them at 30,000 miles. The 2019 models say to do them every 60,000 miles. So, whichever way you want to do it to keep warranty compliant or whatever. But nonetheless, it's easy to do the spark plug change, same as any other car as far as removing the coil packs. The only thing we'll talk about in this video is how to get the coil pack connectors, little harness off, little connectors off without doing any damage. If you're like me, you've probably broken a lot of tabs on many cars on these, so I'll show you the kind of the easier way to do it. You really only need two tools necessarily, probably only one, but a little flathead screwdriver might be helpful, and perhaps the possibility of using a 90-degree pick. You probably won't need this, but I'll show you just in case. First thing to remember is to make sure the first thing you do is kind of push this this connector towards the coil pack itself. So usually you think, well, I want to pull away from it, but that's true, but the first thing you want to do is seat it as close into the coil pack as possible, and that's so that this tab doesn't get hung up on the actual coil pack tab down there. So, and I'll show you down the road what I mean by that. So then we want to make sure we pull this white clip back. You're going to hear it unclip. Actually it's actually unclipped right now, so that's how it's going to look in the clip position. You can try it with your fingertip. You heard it click, and if that gives you a little bit of trouble, or if you got fat fingers or something, you can just use a screwdriver and just turn it, and there it came undone. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is, while you're pushing in towards the coil pack, you're going to be pushing down on the white little tab there, the white little connector. Okay, so you're going to push down on that, and then you're pushing in, and then you'll pull out in one motion, and there. Now that pulled off just fine, and the reason why you're pushing down on that tab, I'll show you, is see that black tab right there, is as you push down on it, it pushes the tab upward, and that gets it to go over this little tab right here that's on the coil pack itself. Now sometimes it gets hung up on it, and it's like, you try pushing it, it doesn't seem to budge, and even though you try and push it in there to clear the tab, it won't work. So in that case, you could just use this 90-degree pick, and you could just kind of get underneath that tab and push up on it, and then push back on the connector. Let me get under there real well. Yeah. And that's going to allow it to come right off like that. So that's if you're struggling with it, and that way you don't break the tab or anything like that, but that's another way to get it off right there. And we'll push it back on and clip it back in, and now it's good and snug again. Okay.